Shalom. First things first, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity. Today, you know what I'm saying, want to, approach a topic that's been an issue, since I've been in the truth, man. Like, I just noticed, I've been noticed it, but you got men in this thing that, or even not really in this thing, but halfway in this thing, whatever, that are quick to, insult you, call you names, and disrespect you. But then when you talk about, like, chill out, you know what I'm saying, because you disrespected me to the point where it could go somewhere, then they're quick to say you're carnal. So I just want to address that topic. You're not going to call me names, and at the very least, the thought of wanting to cause physical harm to you, the thought is going to be there. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm a man, and we're men. Most of us are men. You know what I'm saying? And we're not the ones. We'll defend our honor. You know what I mean? So when you got a motherfucker out there, I'm gonna just say it, man. You talking shit about a brother that's passed on that I love. You know what I'm saying? That I did the work with. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna. The carnal thought is gonna be there, and especially when you're, calling me names and that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example, though. You know what I mean? I'm not rehashing that situation. I talked to the brother about it. Well, actually, he's not the one I'm talking about, but nonetheless, you call me names, go on the comment board and disrespect me, and you think it's sweet like that. It's not sweet like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that once you come into this thing, you learn to you learn to be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And actually do things according to the spirit, but at the same time, you're still a human being, you're still a man. And if you antagonize, your average man, it can get to a physical altercation. And you can't call a man carnal because you disrespected him and you treated him however, the hell you wanted, and he wanted to fight you. You know what I mean? So, a couple scriptures that I want to go into, and also for you to insult me and disrespect me personally, that's carnal. Let's call a spade, man. If you insulted me personally, you're already being carnal. What's carnal? Carnal is fleshly. Like, you're just basically dealing with just things of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So to personally insult me and disrespect me, that's actually just as carnal as me hooking off on you for doing it. In fact, actually, me hooking off on you for personally disrespecting me is just a little tad bit more spiritual than you were for saying the things you were saying. So if you call me, like, let's say you call me a piece of shit, piece of garbage, whatever, and I beat your ass. Now, I'm not right for beating your ass, but I'm doing it because you provoked me. You know what I'm saying? So in this nation, man, we got to stop doing all this talking and putting men's names in their mouth, disrespecting and all that shit, and actually humble down and take a better approach to be an example to the younger men that's coming up in this thing, man. Because I've seen a lot of carnal ass men out there calling themselves teaching the word of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, man. I mean, I'm not a rookie in this thing. I've seen it. When I used to be was about camp, I know everybody that was around is going to know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to put his name out there. There was a brother we had to actually pull these same scriptures on to get him to calm down, and I hope he calmed down now, because he's a vet in this thing. He's probably about 10 years in the truth, 9 or 10 years now. You know what I mean? When I was doing the work with him, man, he was wild as fuck, man. Like, I even seen a video after I left that, saying he was He was kicking a cop. You know what I'm saying? You know? But, you know, without further ado, man, you know, I'll get to the scriptures because I'm rambling, you know. But first scripture I want to pull is Romans 8:6. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So what that means is, you know, you got to look at things spiritual. Like, in reality, you know what I'm saying, if somebody call you names, especially at camp, you know, you really, for the most part, should eat that. You know what I mean? But I'm also not going to tell a man not to defend his honor. Like, if I'm at camp speaking and somebody call me a faggot, or, you know, or just, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The thought of wanting to beat the brakes off a motherfucker for falsely accusing me is going to come to mind. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've been the most perfect example of holding my peace, because when I used to do the work with Zabak in Times Square, man, and you know, he goes hard till 5 a.m. out there teaching the word. You know, I don't know if he does it now, but you know what I'm saying? You know, we used to go out there to 5 a.m. and excuse me, between the hours of say 2 and 4-ish, or really 12 and 4-ish, it used to get real ugly over there, because what it is you got a lot of fucking clubs in Times Square, people partying, coming out drunk and belligerent. And honestly, you know, I'm not taking shots at Zabak, but I really think that he should rethink his choice, because I mean, hey, you know what? He do him, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess you will possibly find some sincere, I mean, I'm sure he has found some sincere fruit out there, you know, to teach whatever, but in reality, man, it's what you call a Pyrrhic victory, even if you do get it, because you're gonna lose a lot out there. You know, a lot of people don't know how to keep their hands to themselves. People spit. I've seen people spit at us, you know, and that we had to handle that, you know, situation. People throwing fucking change at us. You know, the world famous beatdown that Sonetta posted on YouTube, where we jumped this fucking cracker. It was because some other fucking cracker threw coins at us, and then when we're over there, like, you know, we literally broke up the camp, chasing them two crackers, beating them up or whatever, and then another motherfucker came around and started antagonizing Zabak, and Zabak hooked off on him, and then it was on, you know what I mean, from then. But you know, carnal, you can't go out there carnal minded, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, what I was saying was that, you know, in my time with Zabak's camp, I had a trigger temper out there, and you know what? I had to get checked too. You know what I mean? You got to check your temper at the door in this thing, man. And it's difficult. Trust me, man. You know, I don't like being disrespected any more than the next man. But anyway, like I said, to be spiritually minded is life and peace. You live longer if you move more spiritual and chill out with the carnal shit. Because if you go out there and you constantly insult people, you can run into them. You know what I mean? So that's why I've learned, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, try to be more spiritual, handle things more spiritually, because if you start insulting somebody, talking about somebody, family and shit, or you know, just doing things you're not supposed to, you know, especially if your face is out there, you can get seen, man. And I'm not gonna blame if you sit there and make a fucking video talking about my family or me and disrespect me and stuff. You can't fault me if I see you about it, and you know it gets there. You know, you can't. You know, but at the same time, I shouldn't. So it's not the best course of action to take. But I'm also going to pull another scripture to kind of balance out the last one, because this is really what the message is, right? Proverbs 18:6. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. All right? The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to break it down. Actually, no. I'm going to start at verse 4. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. So, you know, we should really be in this thing to teach knowledge, man. Like, if you're making your whole living or you're making your whole name off of talking about others, then you're not really doing what you're supposed to be doing, man. We're not in this thing to destroy others. We're in this thing to build up the nation. Now, you got a lot of men out there that have a problem with GMS, and they have dedicated their whole life to trying to bring down GMS. Or you got men out there that just got problems with Israelite camps, period, and their whole thing is bring down the Israelites. You know what I mean? You know, you got to watch that, man. When you're more about destroying the nation than you are building it up. One thing nobody can't say about the elders, you can say whatever you want. Those men are out there putting in work, rain, sleet, slow, whatever, hail, you know, for the most part. I mean, well, not hail, I mean, but put it this way, man, it's going to take a very, very harsh weather condition to keep them from going to camp. You know, so lay off. If you see a man or a group, they might not do it the way you like it. You might think they're making y'all look bad, but they're out there pushing the work, man. And they're doing the work sincerely, you know? And not just them, I'm going to say a lot of other camps out there, you know, may not be 100% truth, but they out there, you know what I mean? Pushing the work. And, you know, Lord willing, they'll come into the full understanding. So it says, it is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. So if you know somebody ain't right, and they're trying to hurt somebody, or they're trying to hurt, you know, men that are doing the work, man, if your sole purpose is to destroy Israelite camps, then I can't take you seriously, man. So you got men out there that literally make up pages just to talk shit about GMS. Or you got men that make pages to talk shit about camps, period. Okay, I mean, hey, you got something to say, that's fine, you have an opinion. But if more of your videos are talking bad about a particular camp, number one, you're bringing attention to that camp. So thanks for the free publicity. But also, you're also not doing your job, which is to edify Israel. Yeah, you're out there, you know, attacking people you just consider false shepherds and stuff, but you're not doing your job in actually edifying and showing what the truth is, or what it's supposed to be, or what you're supposed to actually be doing. You know, so you're only attacking what you think is a bad example, but you're not bringing forth an example at all. So, you know, I can't take you serious. You know, let's see. The 6th verse, a fool's lips enter into contention. So, you know, you got men out there that are foolish and typing, thumb thugging, as Matthew said, you know, running your mouth, basically talking online, but in person, you're not about that life, man. So you really should watch what you say to brothers online, because they can see you in person, and, you know, you can get hurt behind that. And it says, and his mouth calleth for strokes, meaning his mouth, you know, he's running, he's doing all this, you know, he could get punched dead in his mouth. You know, somebody, a big talker, that's the best place to punch him, right in their fucking mouth while they're talking. Knock some teeth out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not suggesting brothers do it, but I'm just saying, if you go out there in this world with the mentality of, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want, and talk to people, talk down to people, and say whatever I want, you know, and if you insult people, you got to be ready for it to come back to you, man. You know, and you're being foolish a lot of times. It says, a fool's lips enter into contention. A fool's lips. You got fools out there that will argue, do all this arguing and bad-mouthing brothers, but then they'll be the first ones to call you carnal when you punch them in their mouth. So it says, a fool's mouth is his destruction. You know, because think about it. You know, let's say I go to see a certain fool, right, with the camera rolling, and break his shit, just hook off on him, beat his ass, and then upload it. You know, I may be opening myself up for, you know, legal shit, but also then everybody's gonna look at you as the dude that had the big mouth that got his ass beat. You know what I mean? So you gotta be very careful in this thing. and his lips are the snare of his soul. So he's not led by the Spirit, he's led by his lips. Like, you got people out there that whose mouth is not attached to their brain. They say whatever. Literally. You got people out there, men out there, that will literally say whatever comes to their mind without filtering it through their mind first. And that's the snare of his soul. You can actually be trapped to agree to something if you don't filter, if you don't think, process it through your mind and your spirit first. You know what I mean? The words of a talebearer are as wounds. So you got people out there that hurt people by, bearing false witness and speaking negative of them. Or in some cases you might be telling the truth, but it's not something that's really necessary for you to talk about. You know what I mean? So it says, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. So, with that, I just want to conclude by saying, let's be more spiritual, Israel. Let's not go out there and go on YouTube, say F your mother and all that. That's really unnecessary. You know what I mean? Let's go out there and be more spiritual. Go out there and fight these demons, man. Because a lot of you that, when you get carnal and yell at people and talk to people a certain way, that's not the Most High, man. That's Satan. That's a demon on you, man. And I'm not saying go out to camp and teach soft. No, you go out there and rebuke sharply with all authority. But what I'm saying is, when you get to say stupid shit, you know what I'm saying, don't be surprised if one of the people that you think is a demon at camp is really a person, an angel of the Lord that hooks off on your ass and and I'm not just saying at camp either. I'm saying in your personal life. So, I don't want nobody to take back what I said to anybody that has had issues. Like, this is just a general topic. To be quite honest with you, most of what I'm saying is really directed at a particular person that is on our comment boards right now, saying certain things, and I don't want to address them because I don't want to give them no attention, and honestly, it's like making it difficult sometimes for me to hold back, from, taking a trip up to, go see him. Because, at the end of the day, you don't want to be disrespected, especially by somebody that ain't out there doing, what we doing, you know what I mean? But, it's more about being spiritual, not about, avenging, beating the brakes off somebody for talking. It's, so a lot of times it's a fight, man. A lot of times it's a fight within yourself not to hurt somebody, you know what I mean? It's more of a fight to not go out there and hurt people for bad-mouthing you and slandering you than it is to actually do it. You'll actually be in a fight, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to try to defend themselves, and you're going to go out there and try to fight them. You know what I mean? It may not be a good look, whatever, you know what I mean, or it won't be a good look, So with that, hopefully this video was edifying. I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers throughout the 4 corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity, and also glory to you fallen soldiers that passed away doing the work of the Heavenly Father. Shalom.